Hey, Big Dazz here. Here we are. Now, this cancer journey. Everybody's calling things journey on TikTok and Facebook and Instagram and all that. So we'll call it a journey. It'll be more like a pathway through life. But we'll go journey. It might give me a few more views. But anyway, it's not all about views. Yeah, it is. No, it's not. No, it's not. These videos are nowhere near it. You want to watch it, you do. You don't. If it helps somebody on their travel, so be it. Anyway, like, people go, it's hard because every time you meet a new doctor or a new nurse when you're in hospital, you got to sort of explain, to them how you come around with the cancer and that. And like, now, I actually ran my own business and I shut that down, got another job, Vincent Funeral Homes. Thanks Pete and Tara for putting me on. And yeah, and actually, it was on the first lot of daylight savings when it clicked in the daylight saving time. It actually was, me and little Dazz packed up for the weekend, went down Brady's Lake fishing. And like, a few weeks beforehand, I had a couple of bad teeth up in there, and I got them taken out. Because I thought, cause my face was a bit swollen, because I thought it had abscess. So they treated me for an infection. Yeah, Darryl, we got an infection. Alright, we'll get them out. And anyway, 3 weeks on, back with another sort of medication, and it didn't work. It just got to a certain thing, it was sore, like you couldn't turn your head. And I was still working and that, and I said, went up to Brady's and that, and it was in daylight savings. I sort of clicked daylight savings to go. Just went bang, my face just blew up. I was that crook, and little Dad was in swag. And I was out the fire and just trying to bring himself back to life a bit. And I sort of didn't realise how big it got. I mean, I sort of didn't realise how big my face had got. Just in a matter of a couple of hours. And looking at the weather report, it was coming in. The weather was coming in anyway. So we got up the next morning early and the Dazz will pack up and get out of her. Because it's going to be a long trip back and my face is really sore. And I was sort of holding it or driving it. And that, and yeah. And it actually took us ages to get home, a few stops on the way back, and that's when we she hit me there, and I ended up going to the emergency doctors in Devonport. My wife took me in. I said, I've got to go to the doctors, I don't feel good, I just don't feel good. So we went in, we did, and the doctor was like, it was Oriental of some sort. Spoke well. Nicest bloke you meet. Like, for me to come in now in a clinic and he hadn't got a clue about me, he was on to me straight up. He was the one sort of got me to the hospital, scans, and got it mobile, what it is. Yeah. So I did that, and I went home, he had medications and that, and he had a few ideas what it could be, but he wasn't 100% sure, and he sent me for the scans. I had the scans and that, and sent me to the ear, nose and throat doctor in Launceston. So we went up there and I was not a shambles. Put me in for 3 days. In there for 3 days, treatment infection didn't work. Anyway, so I had a biopsy when I was in there. Anyway, got back home Friday. It was on Friday night. His second in charge one. And she goes, Darryl, you got cancer, prepare for the worst. You're going to die. And all that didn't go down well. Having someone tell you you're going to die on the phone. And I was like, what? Yeah, it was a bit, I had going there for a little bit. Anyway, I was like, fuck. What do I do? You get told you're going to die from cancer. Like, my mum passed away from cancer, my pop passed away from cancer, my uncle beat cancer. I was in the family, like, oh, fuck. I was. A few tears shed and that. And anyway, come down to, it was on the Monday. Had a phone call. Hello, is that Darryl? Yeah. This is such and such from the Holman Clinic. Dr. Ivo. Wicked fella he was. He's an awesome dude. He was really good. And he goes, oh, Darryl, you're not going to die. You're not going to die. He said, but I need another biopsy. So can you come through emergency? Someone come through emergency, that was. Can you come through, how do they pronounce it? Get you in quicker for the biopsy, you need to come through emergency. And they'll book you in. They'll know you're coming because I'll put it on file there. And they'll book you in and say, get your biopsy. Otherwise, the 4 week wait. Well, he said, I'm not waiting 4 weeks for you. Oh, fair enough. So I packed the bag, went down to emergency. First time Launceston emergency. Anyway, went in there. Holy snakers. Security guard escorted some Sheila out. She went off for chocker because she was waiting all day. Reckon she had a belly pain, but she ate 3 bags of chips and 3 chocolate bars and a bowl of Coke. I asked her belly pain, but anyway, yeah, she spat it and he escorted her out. And I thought, here we go, his partner's going to go off because he looked like a rare and he had tattoos and he looked like a fiery looking dude. And he's like, and the security guard was a bit bigger dude, and he's like, you better leave. And he's like, oh, all right. I thought he was going to watch a punch up. But anyway, it was all right. The security guard, he was all right. We had a yarn to him. And we waited in there for that long, and I couldn't eat or drink. It was far. No eat or drink, because I had to have a blood test and that. Anyway, we went in, finally got in. And they said, Darryl, you got to sleep against the wall. We've got a bed for you against the wall. And I was like, what? In the hallway? I was like, no, I'm not staying here. I haven't got a bed for you upstairs yet. And I was like, well, I'm going home then. I said to this nurse. The nurse put a thing in my arm and didn't even date it enough, because that was useless when I actually got upstairs. And I said, I'm not staying here. This is just not staying here. And the nurse said, please, Darryl, don't go. You'll get me in trouble. And that. She said, I've got to go home now. Don't leave. And I wasn't going to leave. I couldn't anyway. Wife left me there. She went to accommodation. Anyway, within 10 minutes, this lady come down. Darryl Davey. I said, did you say Darryl Davey? No. Darryl, yeah, that's me. Come on, I'm going upstairs. Got a bed for you. I was like, hell yeah, that's all right. So I went up there, and yeah, actually had another biopsy and that, and they treated me straight on, like, it was good. That was. Yeah, it was good, but it was hard because you was even 3 other people, and it was noisy, and the nurses were running off their feet, and everything. I met the doctor, he was cool. Had the biopsy, and it's come back to cancer. Within a week, we had a meeting at Latrobe Hospital. Had that, and then in the chemo that same week. So we had 6 rounds of R-CHOP in Latrobe. I mean, they sent me out with a certificate and a coin for you beat cancer, and as soon as I stopped having treatment, my face blew up. But worst thing was, Dr. Ivor, he went back to the mainland. He did, so I had another doctor. I mean, she was good at what she did, but no people skills. I had done my head in. I had a month of it. I was depressed. You know, your mind was absolutely knackered. I was fishing every day, just trying to break the hardness on your mind. Your mind was fucked because you didn't know what was going on. She said, Darryl, there is a trial treatment coming up in Hobart. She said, I want to put you through for that. Are you interested? And I said, yeah. Well, if it's going to make me live, why not? Like, I'm interested. Right. I said, so what is it? I don't know. I was like, huh? What's it called? I don't know. Any idea when it's going to start? I don't know. You know anything? Not really. I was like, far out, here we go. It was a month of it. And it wasn't, your mind and your mental state was fucked, pretty much. It was. But it was a month. It took a month, and it was like, oh, I don't want to talk to her. I can't do it. Because it's like just talking to a wall. You couldn't get no answers, no nothing. And she wanted to see me, so she seen me a couple of times, and that, Darryl, your face, how are you? Oh, well, I'm getting there. I've no pain in it. Like, it's not painful. I just want to know when this treatment's going to start. Oh, they're signing off on it. They're signing off. The government's over from the mainland. All right, yep, no worries. Anyway, got a phone call from the head doctor down there. So, we was on. She was on. She was game day. Anyway, I met with Doctor Who. He was the first doctor I actually met, and he was really good. Still got him now. He's really good. Easy to get along with him. You have a joke with him. He swears like a trooper, just like a normal one of us. And anyway, I met the head doctor. She's very nice. She's switched on as well. Like, she's really good, real people person. They all are. Met the nurses, like, met my trials nurse. I've got a trials nurse. Like, she does everything trial, like handles the trial for me. Because being what it is, I'm the first one in Tassie to have the treatment. A lot of paperwork. It is a lot of tests. They flip that through the first week for me, for the test. Anyway, she said, like, hey Daryl, you'll do tests, you'll give bloods and any tissue samples or whatever you have. It is. Would you do a second set for the trials clinic? And that's when you get all your stuff and you're under a number. There's no names, no nothing. It's just a number. So I could be number 1,000. Like, you don't know. And I said, yeah, why not? If it helps someone else, you know, from not getting it, or if it gets a cure or something, like you do something, it is, yeah. You gotta put it out there. If it helps, like my daughter, or if it helps her, little Dazz, like if it helps her, or helps her kids, you know, you gotta do it. You do it. You don't hold back and say, no, I don't know. Like, go for it. If it helps somebody out there, and they're like, oh, really? Yeah. Anyway, so I was number 1 on the list for the first one in Tassie to have it. There's been a few, there's heaps in the mainland having it. That was the other thing. If I couldn't get here, I'd go over there, but it was 8 weeks, and you can't afford it. Like, it just couldn't afford it. It was. Like, being now, it broke. It breaks you. Especially money-wise, like, yeah. So what it is, it's, first one in Tassie. So I was pretty stoked with that. I think that's pretty good. First one in Tassie. And what you gotta realise, they're there to help you. So it's no good abusing them, getting grumpy at them and stuff like this. Like, it's pointless. You gotta be, listen to the nurses, listen to the doctors, even listen to the trainee nurses, and to have trust in your main doctors and your trials nurse. Have trust in all of them, really, because it's your life on the line, but it's also their career if something goes wrong. Like, so it swings both ways. So then research what you got. So research the shit out of it. Big long name, can't remember it. But it's called a sandwich. Don't taste real good, but that's what it's called, the treatment. Epco sandwich, I think that's what it is. Something like that, mate. A few extra bits in there. But yeah, you gotta have faith and listen to everything they tell you. Well, some of it will go over your head, but if you've got a partner or whatever, get them to listen to it, because the more listening the better. Ask questions. You got something to question. So they're putting a drip in, or like I pretty much learnt so far since I've been how to plumb myself up. Asked about how the Hickman was going. Asked about how the port went in. Watched all that go in. Didn't get to watch that one go in. You could hear it though, because you're sort of covered up in the big theatre room getting it in. Still late though. But then ask them about, as the machine goes off, what's pumping blood or whatever. Ask about your levels. Ask about how the machine works, like how the stem cell machine works. That was a bit over my head, how to wire that one up, plug all that in. But like the machine itself, yeah, obs, you'll soon learn how to do your own obs and what's good and what's bad. Temperatures, how to do them. You'll know when they're not doing them correctly, because you'll feel it and hear it, and you'll say, well, I don't think that was in there quite correctly. And doing your blood pressure and all that, you'll soon know that sort of stuff as well. And even like plugging the lines in, what different lines does different things. What's your bags of stuff for? What's your chemos for? What you got to gown up for? So if you get a nurse comes in and goes straight to chemo, no, you can't touch that. That's the chemotherapy. You need to gown up. Like, you can. They're all pretty good. The couple was a bit, didn't realise, and so I sort of pulled them up. It keeps them safe as well. But then you got to, like, I know how to plumb my own machine up and how to bag it up and turn things on and do this and do that. That's what you learn. And if something does go wrong and they don't get you in time, you can pinpoint what's wrong. So it helps them out as well. But it's good though, because they go, Daryl's a good patient. Like, he's, like, even some of the things need to be signed off on the tubes. And they was by themselves on a night shift. Like, Glass head one. Can Daryl sign off? Yeah. Let Daryl sign off. He'll read it for you and sign with you. It is. It just because we trust him. Trust him. He's a hell of a nice person. Doesn't disagree. Just listens and asks questions, and he's there to help. Like, you know, everything's there for you, which is good. But that's how it all come around. So you got to have faith. Well, don't. It's not faith if you believe in faith and all that. I had a nurse called Faith. She was cool. She went back to the mainland, I think. She was only here a certain time. She was cool, though. Wasn't signed off on chemo, though. That's what she needs to get signed off on. So then she'll be a gun. Done everything else except for that. But yeah, so it's just you got to have patience with your treatment. You got a lot of luck. It is a lot of luck if it's worked. Everybody's different. Like, everybody's different. And this is like the other bit. Like, everybody's different. And you got to have trust in your doctors. Trust your doctor. Trust them. Trust your nurse. Like, trust them. Like, you really do. Like, I'm the first one in Tassie. So, I led the way. And there's only one more in Tassie going at the moment. He's around behind me. He is. They short-tracked him in pretty quick because he was pretty crook with his cancer as well. I'm not saying everybody ain't crook. He was pretty bad. But him saying that, come in there, didn't listen, didn't ask, argue with the nurses, asked them some random questions of where they come from and different things, like personal questions which you shouldn't be asking, and just got aggressive. But I don't know, he just whinged, didn't listen, and what I gather now, he's having problems. I don't know if it's because his cancer's aggressive, or he just didn't do the correct things when he's supposed to, because you gotta pretty much, when you're not at hospital, you gotta still look after yourself. Like, I'm type 2 diabetic, so you gotta keep on the insulins, gotta keep the diabetes under control, because some medications send it through the roof. So you still gotta watch what you eat healthy. Like, stay away from even having a drink of alcohol. You can't drink that either, and some foods you can't eat. So you gotta be mindful when you get home. And you gotta try to keep active, even though you feel shit and you just want to sit there because your body's not rolling well. You still got to keep active. And once you do all that, it helps the process. Like, everybody's different, though. Like, everybody is different. Like, he's not coping real well, but everybody's cancer is different as well, and every treatment reacts differently to stuff. Which is, like, I'm lucky in one way. I've had no side effects. Maybe a crook, but no side effects. No bad ones. Knees ached a bit, but yeah. But yeah, that's how it all come around. Like, you never know when it could hit you. Could be sitting in your body for 6 years and hit you. It could hit you within a day, straight out of nowhere, like it did. But hey, you got to do it. You got to do what you got to do. But have trust in your doctors. That's all I can say. Have trust. You got to, and keep your mind mentally active. It's hard because you don't get around. You can't go and see your mates or whatever. You can't go like in big groups of people, like car racing, speedways, stuff like this, what you normally do, like, and that's hard because your mates go, you want to come with, and I said, I can't. Like, you got no immune system, and that's the killer. So you got to be mindful of that as well. And if you got loved ones or family and friends and they're crook, tell them, you got to stay away. You can't get near me because I don't want to die of the flu. That is, but yeah. But that's where it all sort of come around. How it come around. I'll just leave it at that. I wish you all a good Christmas though, and thanks for everybody's support throughout this. It's been 8 months. Been a while. And it's hard because I enjoyed the job I had. That's the killer. And then to go back to the workforce again, is somebody going to have you after just getting over chemo? It's an uphill battle, like that sort of thing. It's hard enough to get a job as it is, and I was lucky to get one, and I got cancer with it. But never know. I'll just leave it at that. Always got to stay positive. That is. Alright, might leave you to it and say have a good Christmas, and yeah, catch us all on the flip side.